Hello, my name is Jonah Corbeline, and today I will be talking about Greta Thunberg for my speech for change. So, Greta Thunberg is a famous Swedish climate activist. She's very young, and she takes action against climate change by skipping school and standing outside the Swedish Parliament building for climate policy. She became interested in climate policy at a very young age and has built a movement of climate change activists across the globe to campaign to world leaders about more policies that will help stop climate change that many people have called the Greta effect. So what makes her stand out is her passion for creating a better world for the next generation. And at such a young age, she learned about climate policy, or excuse me, climate change. And her parents said that she just didn't speak to them for months because she was so upset. And she really wants to create a better world for the next generations, which is very attractive to a lot of people, especially because of how young she is and how passionate she is. She also is a very polished and professional speaker. She's spoken at a lot of climate conferences to world leaders and a lot of very important people, which is very favorable for her supporters. So, the effectiveness of Greta's campaigns can be argued for or against, depending on what side you land on. She became the youngest person ever to be the Time Person of the Year in 2019. And of course, that's a huge accomplishment. And it showed that her movement has really impacted a lot of people. However, her whole message is around climate policy for world leaders and governments. And she's drawn a lot of criticism from major world leaders like Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. I think just because she's so young and she's not super experienced and doesn't have a lot of education. So I think that she's faced a lot of criticism, but at the same time, her movement is just so powerful to a lot of people around the world. Some of her speech techniques are being persuasive, giving very persuasive speeches, and she really presents facts. She also uses techniques like pathos to drive emotion in the audience and making the audience feel directly responsible for climate change to create a desire for change. She's also very audience centered, which means that she really understands who her audience is and is very blunt and direct when giving her speeches. And she uses vocal variety techniques like pauses and filler words and changing the pitch of her voice to be able to have more information stick with the audience. Thank you. I really appreciate you listening to my speech.